Hey all, Kurt Sasso here from TGT Webcomics at Kids Read Comics. We're here with Lauren Hauser. How you doing today, Lauren?
I'm alright.
You know, I was walking by all these booths. I noticed your artwork. I'm a huge manga and anime fan, and I love your characters here, and you have a really wonderful style.
Thank you.
You know, Kids Read Comics is all about the kids, obviously, but how did you get involved with this type of convention?
Specifically Kids Read Comics? I was a student of Jersey Joyd last year. It was a high school class. I actually got credit for it, and one of the features he wanted to have of last year's convention was kids who were making their own comics that were younger than 18, and I was at that time, but I didn't get a comic finished for that. But yeah, the class I took was learning the fundamentals of making a comic and then actually trying to get one published by the end of the year, and so he's invited me back, and I'm glad because I do enjoy it.
Now, I was watching you do your inking and your sketching here. You're extremely talented, as you know, it shows in your work. What got you really involved in drawing this type of style?
To be honest, I think I got into anime back when I was, I don't know, 5, 4, back when Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon were on TV. That was the first thing, and then the Pokemon came along, and that set me off from there. And it's been expanding a lot more since I've been in college, but I've been pretty much drawing like this since I could.
Now, I didn't see any books. I'm sure you're working on one, obviously. What is it called?
Well, there's a couple projects that I'm working on. I have a webcomic, and that's based off an RPG between my friend and I. It's called The Innocent, and I have some of my art is of the main characters of it. But I had a mini comic planned for this convention, which I was unfortunately not able to finish due to college work. That was supposed to be called The Average Life of a Teenage Nerd. And the specific one that I was working on were a bunch of stories about me and situations I was in with my DS, and maybe me talking to the game or whatever, but it was just kind of humorous situations, and figured it'd be worth sharing.
Well, I like now the webcomic, you know, how long have you been working on that?
I started it my junior year, I believe, and then I got a lot better at drawing and just was like, no, go away. I don't want to look at you anymore. You're awful. And I've redone the introduction a couple of times now, but it's right now only the first page is done. But hopefully, when I have more time, I will be updating it some more and get some fans.
Now, being a young author yourself and artist, you know, those kids that are coming up and looking at your work, you know, what advice do you have for them that want to actually get into this industry? Keep drawing, really. It's you don't really have to follow anyone's standards on what you want to draw. I mean, my style is obviously, it's not entirely manga and it's not entirely Americanized. It's just a combination of machines. You just got to draw what you're comfortable with drawing, and you just got to keep at it until you're satisfied. It's a great journey. Well, I'm sure you're going to have many more years to come when it comes to something like this, and you enjoy it, you love it, you're very passionate about it, as we can tell. You know, for those that want to come to this type of convention, you know, what advice do you have for them?
I'm not entirely sure, considering I, was invited, but I guess it's just be prepared and very open-minded, and there's a lot to learn here. It's just you get to see so many other people's art styles and read a lot of comics. It's nice, but just be prepared and don't worry too much about how much you have to sell or anything like that. But yeah.
Well, is there any websites you'd like to give us that we can actually visit some of your work, maybe get a feel for your style rather than just images?
Well, my webcomic is hosted by Smack Jeeves. It's Severed Destiny, one word, at .smackjeeves.com. And then I also have a DeviantArt account, which is a BlizzardPaw at DeviantArt.com. So I don't really have any other place besides those two.
Well, that's all right. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your convention, and good luck with everything here, and I look forward to seeing some future work of yours as well.
Thank you.